their own weight, because back in the early days, there were no weight classes. You
Absolutely.
We have a 200-pound weight disadvantage.
Royce Gracie was taking everybody and beating them.
Mark getting us some good shots, but Crow
nice kick by Crow, and he didn't follow that up, ducked his head, got the takedown. He's actually got a nice position here. He's in side mount.
Bullying him up against
There you go. It was right up against cage, hits top mount. Ken Mark does a nice job. Jared Crow, big slam, nice job.
Crow looking good here.
These guys both look very, very versatile.
Yeah. We'll see
in terms of their transitions.
Mark needs to show some good defense here.
You both mentioned the action will be quick, but this is furious.
Crow just works out of a choke.
Come on, kid!
Yeah, these guys are working. These guys are working.
Crow up on his back. Could be looking for a naked choke.
Nice transition. Beautiful job by both these guys. I mean, wow.
Mark is showing some good defense. Doesn't always look polished, but he's staying out of trouble.
Crow's got Mark. He's got a top mount on Mark right now, and Mark is showing some real skill here and coming up from that bottom.
That's right. Mark's turning his body, trying to neutralize this, but Crow's
he has used some serious skill up to this point. I think Jared is. He's got this one pretty tight. Looks like he's floating a little more as opposed to trying to hang on so tight. A lot of times when these guys are really squirrely and good on that bottom, sometimes it's better just to float on these guys rather than, keep it so tight, especially when they're strong. And Ken Mark looks strong for 135.
Yeah, he's trying to score him out again. But Crow opening up.
Oh, my. Jared Crow doing a nice job looking for an arm bar.
All of a sudden,
he's got it. He's got it.
He's got hooked.
He needs to straighten that out a little bit. He needs to turn his body a little more to the right. Lets it go.
Wow.
Lets it go.
Mark showing some good defense.
Almost slipped into a triangle right there.
Just like that.
Mark was almost out of this thing, and now he's on top.
Great fight. Both these guys showing a lot of skill.
It's been back and forth. We'll see what Mark can show on offense here.
Jeff, Chuck, I'm going to tell you something about this. This is what is amazing right here at FightFest. These guys are making their debut, and they're 1-0, and they're out there fighting this well. I mean, the sport is evolving. These guys are getting better.
Yeah, you would expect people this inexperienced to just be lost in there, but they've had so much training that they know what they're doing.
Do you feel at the lower weight classes that the guys sometimes are more prepared?
I tell you the truth, I don't think so. I think when you come in as a debut fighter, you come in 1-0, I don't care if you're 135 or 265, that's still very, very new in terms of an experience. And I don't care how much you've trained for that. There's a lot of nerves, a lot of things going on there that you just can't prepare for. And these guys are showing a lot of composure and a lot of skill.
And Ken Mark has really turned this fight around. He's got things going his way. We're probably we're probably going toward the end of the first round.
Well, believe it or not, I mean, it slowed down. I mean, there's no way they could keep that pace for 3 rounds.
Look at these shots.
Wow.
By Mark.
Ken Mark dropping some bombs.
Ran from the heavens, and I think, wait a minute, he thought it was over.
What happened? What happened?
Well, he stopped punching him. He thought that it was over, and then Crow was
there
out.
It is.
I think Jared Crow looked to get up.
He thought it was over.
Mark thought he had it won, and he realizes the mistake he made.
Unless he inadvertently heard a horn or something.
The ref, Jerry Chris, is looking down smiling, and I know what he's thinking. I didn't do anything. Keep fighting.
That's right. The ref did not jump in and stop the fight.
And I don't think he thought the fight was over. I think he meant it thought the round was over.
Oh. I agree with you. I think he thought the round was over. Unless maybe he tapped under there, we didn't see it. But I'll tell you one thing.
If Mark could have laid down 2 more shots, he could have won this thing. Could have been the knockout.
You mentioned earlier, the old days with the weight fluctuation and the big-time differences. Not only that, but Royce Gracie learned early on during a fight with Shamrock that unless that ref steps in there and stops that fight, you keep fighting.
You have to.
There was a real controversial fight there way back in the day. And these guys have learned, unless that ref steps in there, you better keep going. And I think what you saw there, as Jared just kind of stopped and Ken Mark looked at him, I think you saw a little bit of that inexperience coming through.
Yeah, like, isn't it over? But no, it was not.
Because an experienced fighter would have dropped the hammer on Jared Crow right then and there, and it would have been over.
Tackled by the referee.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's enough. Well, Mark gained a lot of experience in that first 3 minutes, didn't he, Chuck?
Well, it gets no better than that. I mean, come on, the second round. I mean, right now, what do they have left in the tank?
And if I was cornering Ken Mark at this point, I would be in his ear telling him, look, the next opportunity like that you get, make that referee pull you off with a crowbar.
Well, Mark has a bit of a mouse under his left eye, so Crow got him with a good shot.
I like you say a bit of a mouse. If I saw that thing in my kitchen, I'd be running for the hills.
Set out a couple traps. Whoa. Starting off round 2, 135 pounds. Fast action here. Ken Mark in the black trunks against Jared Crow.
You know, Crow is really, really fighting a little unorthodox. He's throwing some decent shots in there, and then he's almost turning.
You can tell he'd like to hit that left eye one more time.
He's throwing one shot at a time. He needs to throw some combinations.
And he's showing a lot of his body right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a problem with that as much as one shots. I think if he would throw some combinations,
that was the shot he was looking for.
Nice takedown by Crow. Good position once again. We'll see what he does with this.
He caught him right under the left eye and then took him down.
A nice cross body on Ken Mark. He's got a key lock right there if he just looks at it.
Mark able to get that arm free. Crow in control here.
You know, Crow's a little what I call south. He's a little low on the body of Ken Mark, and I think he could do a lot more in terms of submissions if his position were a little higher. But I don't think he wants to give those hips up because Ken Mark did such a nice job in round one of moving those hips and getting out of that position. So I think Jared Crow's kind of hanging on right there.
Yeah, Mark showed a lot of squirminess in that first round, and Crow is respecting that.
Right now, you hear the crowd a little disenchanted. They want a little more action.
Yeah, Jared Chris will stand this up if it doesn't, progress. He's looking at him closely right now. Jared Chris does a fantastic job as a referee. He does a great job here at FightFest.
Well, Crow's happy with the way things are going. He's taking his time, getting in shot after shot.
And
he's content to keep things like
this. As long as Crow stays busy, he's all right.
He's hitting left after left. Mark having a hard time using that squirminess now. Crow maybe getting a little tired.
I think
and now they're standing.
Both these guys are showing a little fatigue after that intense first round.
Yeah, they really brought a lot in that first round.
And both guys don't even look like they wanted it to stand up.
Oh, nice jab by Mark.
Crow better be careful there.
And again, I think you see the inexperience on these guys. They're both being somewhat successful with their striking, but they're only throwing one shot at a time. They need to throw some combinations together.
That's right. They need to realize that each opponent is they're both worn down a little bit. They can land a couple good shots and take control. I think they're both afraid to make a mistake.
Crow's looking just slightly tentative there.
Well, once again,
what he's doing.
Did Crow think the round was over now?
Did he play possum there?
I have no idea what just happened. I think he heard the click.
Now that's the end of the round.
And thought that was it. That's a 10-second click. Better
we're seeing some
stay with it for 10
here.
more seconds. Yeah.
That's 2 rounds in a row we witnessed that.
Yes.
By each guy. First Mark, then Crow.
And again, I think a coach better get in his ear.
Yeah, here he goes.
Both these guys.
I don't know how I would score this. Would you call it pretty even all the way through? Yeah. I think I would.
Yeah.
Crow had a little bit of an advantage in that second round.
I think Mark finished up that first round very nicely with those big strikes. We're speaking of coaches. You got Rick Blackwell up there, who's a very good coach, very respected guy here in MMA, Canton, Ohio. He's up there talking to Crow right now. And I think you better be telling him to put some combinations together and to stay in the fight.
Well, I mean, there does seem to be a lot of confusion. And granted, both fighters came out so furious and fast, and then all of a sudden, obviously they're winded.
As Jeff said, that pace cannot last.
Well, I know there's some energy in this crowd right now. Listen.
I think both guys have to pace themselves over this final 3 minutes, maybe build up to a final flurry, but one of these two has got to get more aggressive.
Yeah, I'd like to see Jared Crow just put together some combinations. I think he's having some success with these initial strikes. He's just not following them up.
Mark got a nice shot in there after taking that leg kick. Takes him down, but Crow rolls over.
Nice drag by Crow. He had to side mount, just keep it. Now he's in a half. You know, and I think Jared did such a nice job with that takedown. It was a beautiful takedown. I think the inexperience came in there just a little bit. Took him down, came right up into a side mount position with his opponent against the cage, and he stepped across right into a half guard.
And this fight has been so even up until now that whoever gets on top could end up winning the thing.
But right now, no damage is being done.
Nah, you're right, Chuck.
And Jared Crow looking up into his corner, so he's exactly where he should be. He's over there close to the corner. He's got, you know, not top now, but he's got good position on Mark, and he's listening, because if he's looking in that direction, he's paying attention. Grinding an elbow.
Decent work. I think Mark may have run out of squirminess right now. He had so much energy in that first round, he's going to have to get out another way. Because Crow's got great position here.
Let's say it ends like this. Hopefully not. We want him to stand up again. it ends like this, how do you call this fight?
You know,
I would give it to Crow because he's on top. You know, he's controlling things now.
I'd say they're pretty close coming into this with Mark having the advantage at the end of that first round. I think Crow's definitely more dominant here in his third round.
And we're going to see him stand up again. Here we go.
Stand up, and the crowd loves it because, I mean, once again, the Boo Birds came out.
Jerry Chris stands him up. Good call by the ref.
There's not a lot of time left. The win is there for the taking for both these guys, Ken Mark and Jared Crow.
You're right. Who will finish strong?
And Mark may need to start swinging for the fences here. He's got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. He's laying in some left.
Well, Jared Crow does such a nice job with his initial attacks and he turns.
Whoa, big overhand right. Crow ducked it. And Ken Mark is looking to get back into this fight, but Crow is keeping him at bay. Now he's got it.
Ken Mark, he's got an arm inside. Crow's got an arm inside, so he doesn't have a total guillotine. But
You're right, he's blocking that.
he can turn this into a choke if he really cranks on it.
He's close. He's got to keep working it. He's got to keep trying. At least give the judges something to think about.
Obviously, he's done enough in this third round to get the win.
Crow, you're thinking, right?
10 seconds.
Yeah, because we're getting right near the end of the fight.
There it is. That's a nice,
Crow on top.
sweet, beautiful, beautiful roll. Nice move by Crow. I think that position right there, if the fight ends soon, that might have a
And
lot
it
to
does.
do. Nice finish by Crow.
I think that'll do it.
Well, this one too close to call. I'll let
It's a close one.
the experts make a call. You guys
I have no decision on this one. Jeff, you take it.
Well, it's really close, but I'm going to slightly give it to Jared Crow. Ken Mark showed me a lot, especially at the beginning. I think if he can just keep working on his conditioning, he showed a lot of fire. He showed a lot of good defense at the beginning. I think he just may have run out of gas a little bit at the end. But I think that this is going to end up being win number 2 for Jared Crow. I think it'll be a little bit of a close decision.
Well, for Ken Mark, either way, a debut fight for him out of independent in Canton, an independent fighter. So, I mean, he can only gain from this experience.
I think he did himself proud. He should be very proud, win, lose, or draw. I think these fans respect him. I'd like to see Ken Mark fight again. But the judges will tell the tale, folks.
Yes, they will.
Tony Frazier collecting the decisions of the judges. And here he comes.
Let's find out who won, Ken Mark or Jared Crow. Here's the call with Tony Frazier.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards, and it's a split decision. David Myers scored at 28-29 in favor of Jared Crow. Jennings Digman scored about 29-28 in favor of Ken Mark. And Doug Patterson scored about 29-28 in favor Jared Crow.
Whoa. It was close there, Jeff Gorman, but he is 2-0 from team instigator Jared Crow. You know, he's unbeaten.
It doesn't get any closer than that. Just 1 point. 1 point, and it's a win for Jared Crow. Amazing.